Okay, in this tape what we're going to cover is strikes using the elbow, strikes using the knee, strikes using our kicks, which are generally directed to the leg area, using the shin. Most of these techniques have been derived from the art of Thai boxing. As you'll see, these techniques can be used by SEAL team members while they're encumbered with load-bearing equipment, or we have weapons, either submachine gun as I have here, or a pistol. You'll see how the knee can be used and elbow strikes can be used while we're carrying these items. And I think you're going to find that these techniques will also add a heavy arsenal to your self-defense. Okay, we're going to talk about the elbow strike first. So first of all, the stance. I'd like you to maybe open it up a little bit. Instead of maybe a boxing stance, which we train our basic punches in, now I'd like you to point your front foot more towards the target and bring your rear foot up, maybe perpendicular with your heel. Okay, maybe a couple inches behind, about shoulder width. So we open the body up a little bit so that you can use the elbow and you can use the knee and the kick, which we're going to teach you. Okay, so from this position here, and you'll notice how my elbows kind of cheat out a little bit at a 45-degree angle. Not so much sideways like we did in our basic boxing skills, but now we kind of cheat the rear foot up, kind of open the body, just as maybe we would come in to shoot either the pistol or the submachine gun. The body is more square. So from this more squared off position, or we call it the kick stance, I'd like to teach you the elbow. First one, we're going to use the left elbow. I'd like you to bring the hand back here. And if I show you from the side here, from the hand is just in a relaxed position, and I want you to strike horizontally with the left elbow, keeping your guard up, okay, because this is a close-range weapon. You have to understand that in order to use this weapon, okay, you're going to have to close the gap and get inside. So, and you're not going to use, we're going to talk about putting these weapons in combination so that you could recognize at what range to use what tool. Okay, this is kind of like SEAL team, where you're not going to take a pistol into the desert where you're going to engage the enemy from hundreds of yards away, or maybe sometimes miles away. This is more close quarter, okay, if the person's right next to you. So from here, left arm back, right arm up front, chin down. Relax the rear hand. This hand will help turn the hand over and strike with the forward part of the elbow here. So 1, 2, and back. 1, 2, back. Now from the right elbow, you can bring the right hand back, keeping the left hand in front. Use the hand to turn and hit with the right elbow. As you see, my hand lays against my chest so that it's tightly in here so that my elbow is sharp. Okay, and if I were to hit like this, you'll find that the elbow, I'll hit more with the forearm. So tuck your hand in here so that you hit with just the tip of the elbow here. So from the stance, open 1, 2, back again, 1, 2. Now when we put the elbows in combination with one another, you can start with the left elbow, open, hit. And you'll notice that the same mechanics that we used our hook with are applied here, meaning the foot is pivoting, meaning the hip is involved. Open, hit. And from this position, I raise my left hand and I bring my right hand back and I hit with the right elbow. Again, involving the proper body mechanics, meaning my foot is pivoting, my hip is involved. Again, 1, 2, open position is 3, and you strike with the right elbow. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So because we're so close to the person, when we hit with the elbow, you should keep this hand up. Protect yourself. Okay? When applied on your partner, from this range here, 1, 2, keep this hand up. Again, 1, 2. Okay. Now, with the path of the elbow, the left elbow can also come upward. Just like we talked about jab, cross, left uppercut, the left elbow can go up. Okay? Sometimes can come diagonally up and straight up. 1, 2. the right elbow, hit, 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 left, hit, right, hit, and then finish left elbow, right elbow. Okay, the elbow path can also come diagonally down. So maybe I did horizontal left elbow, and I cut diagonally down with the right elbow. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or left up elbow, right down elbow. Left horizontal elbow, right diagonal down elbow. Left diagonal down elbow, right up elbow. Left horizontal elbow. So you see, just as we do in the boxing, shadow boxing, the shadow boxing is going to be very important with the elbow too, to just relax. Shh. 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 And get it home with the elbow, okay? Because if you don't shadow box and that technique doesn't really become part of you, you'll never apply it in a self-defense situation. Okay, now, in combination with the punches, we can replace the hook, 1, 2, with the elbow. Again, 1, 2, open, hit with the elbow. 1, 2, open, hit with the elbow. Or jab, right elbow. Maybe you step in, jab, right elbow. Again, 1, 2. Or jab, cross, left elbow, right elbow. Again, jab, cross, left elbow, right elbow. Or you can jab to left elbow, right elbow. Okay, the next important phase of training the proper elbow technique is to do it on the pads. So with your partner, we'll first train the elbow as such. From the kick stance, keep your hands up and break the elbow down into 2 motions. 1, 2. Okay, now your partner should hit your elbow or meet your elbow halfway. Try not to lean in with the elbow, okay? You're going to only use this weapon if it presents itself, if the range is there, okay? It's not a tool that you're going to use from way out here and try to lean in and hit with the elbow. That's why we have our punches or our long-range tools. And when we get into the different kicks, we'll be able to put this all together so that you have a good solid arsenal in long range, middle range, and close range, okay? So from the left elbow, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Keeping your body in the center, not leaning forward at all. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now, right elbow. Keeping your left in the front. 1, 2. You see how my partner meets my elbow here to create the environment, or the correct environment for this technique. Again, 1, 2. Body mechanics, don't forget pivoting the hip and the foot. Breathe out on your technique. Okay, now, the right elbow can come diagonally down. Maybe your partner's hands are low, so that when you hit here, you can come diagonally down through his guard. So 1, 2, diagonal down. Okay, the left elbow can come diagonally down also. 1, 2, again, again, again. Okay, now with either elbow, horizontal or diagonal, you put them together. Left elbow to right elbow combination. Working slow, not overextending your body. Again, close range weapon for close range target. 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. And as you get better, you can put the combinations together faster. Or try putting 4 elbows together. Left elbow, right elbow, left elbow, right elbow. Okay, this will give you an at-home feeling about the elbow. You can also put it in combination with your other punches, which it should be practiced also on the pads. First one, jab cross, 1, 2, closing the gap, closing the range, then hitting with the left elbow. Again, 1, 2, left elbow, 1, 2, left elbow. Hitting with this solid piece of bone right here. Okay, next one involving the right elbow. 1, 2, I can hit with the elbow right from there, or I can jab cross, hook, then hit with the right elbow. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 4. Again, 4. Okay, so this is the way you can train to use the elbow in combination with your punches to have a good solid base of both punches and elbow techniques. Also remember, shadow boxing, pad training, heavy bag training, and sparring. Okay, so when you shadow box, okay. Good luck with your training. Okay, the next weapon we're going to use the knee strike. Okay, remember, just like with the elbow, okay, especially in SEAL team, when we have the weapon in this hand, a lot of times, if we have to strike, if it's a non-lethal situation, the left elbow is used. left up elbow is used, left down elbow is used, okay? Now with the knee, same thing. Right knee will be used, left knee will be used, okay? These are very good non-lethal weapons for us, okay, if we come into a situation to where we're not going to engage the target, but we do need to put the man down. These are solid techniques that are easy to remember. You carry them around with you every day. You always have your elbow and your knee with you, and they'll work for you in self-defense situations. Okay, the knee. From our stance again, the more open stance, kind of square to the person a little bit. Keep your hands up. Now from this position, what I'd like you to do, just step forward, and you're going to drive the knee straight in. Not up, but straight in. Now, the first thing, point your toe to the ground. This will make your knee sharper rather than curved. You have a larger surface area. Point the knee back so that the knee is driven into the rib cage. Now, with the hand position, just like you're pulling on a rope, to add equal and opposite torque to the knee, the hand motion will come to the back as the knee strike goes forward. So from this position here, 1, hit. 1, back. Step, back. Step, back. Okay, now this technique can be used offensively and defensively. Okay, offensively. Again, using the striking pads for more effective training. If your partner just holds the pads against his ribs or against the belly like this. Okay, when the knee strike is used, again, work on penetrating straight through rather than up. This is what an upper knee would look like, which is effective to the groin, but we want to run into the rib cage with the knee. Okay, so from here, into it, into it, hand up, into it. Whether I have the machine gun or pistol in this hand, doesn't matter. Into it. Work on this one, step, back, back. Again, step, 1, step, 2, 3, 4. And you can already see after the knee, 1, that could be elbow, okay? If I don't have the weapon, that can be elbow. Second knee, grab, okay? All right. Defensively, how do we use it? Okay, what I'd like your partner to do, keep this pad here on his belly, okay, or up high on the rib cage. When the person throws a punch at you, we'll take the cross right now. The same motion, the same hand motion that added power and torque to the knee will now act as a defense against a punch, okay? So slow motion, 1. As the hand is deflected down, the knee penetrates in. So two forces are colliding here. Bam. He's trying to hit me. My knee runs into his ribs. Again. Now say you mess up. That's why your hands have to be up. Okay? Again. This is how you can train with your partner. Just take it slow. Let him see it coming. Okay, and then later on, maybe he can add the jab to it. Jab, cross. Once your partner gets used to holding, he can throw jab, cross. Okay, now we'll put it in combination, okay? So far we have strikes with the hands, strikes with the elbows, strike with the knees. Okay, so we'll put it together in combination. maybe we'll take this one. First, maybe I hit him with a jab cross. So we start here, 1, 2, but then after I hit him with the right hand, he comes off and hits me. Okay? Again, 1, 2, hit, left elbow, right elbow. Okay? Again, I hit first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll end it there. Okay? These combinations can be put together at random. Once you get used to using them, you can start to put together your own combinations. Okay, you can start off first with the knee strike. 1. Maybe hook, cross. This gets you in so that you can use the elbow and right elbow. Okay, again, start off defending against the cross with the knee. Use the left elbow, right elbow, or left hook, right hook, which brings you into the range to use the elbows. Okay? Now, with the knee, sometimes you'll see, say I do left elbow, right elbow combination. 1, 2, I can grab here. Okay, say I was going to hit this person in the face. Whack! This hand can then grab right from here, and I can do the knee from this position using this arm to pull and aid in the power of the knee. And then go with the knee. See how he's going to want to lift his head up anyway? Bam! Hit. Hit. Again. 1, 2, 3. And then from here, grab. Hit. 1, 2. Okay? So work on these combinations. Involve your punches, your elbows, and your knee strikes. And the more you work on them, again, through shadow boxing, through training on the pad, through training on the heavy bag, and sparring lightly with them, I think you'll find it's going to give you an effective defense. Okay, in this segment, we're going to cover basic kicks. We're going to cover the foot jab, we're going to cover left kick and right kick. Now, most of these kicks are generally directed to the low target areas, meaning the legs, attacking the thigh, and attacking the base of your enemy. Okay. Now, the first one, which is most commonly used, especially in SEAL team, when we have a weapon, maybe we've entered a room, or whatever the situation is, and we encounter someone there without a weapon, is the foot jab. Okay. And in this kick, the knee comes up, and it punches straight out. 1, 2. It's not like a front snap kick, which goes out and back like that. This kick punches straight out. It's called foot jab. 1, 2. Okay. Make sure your body leans back a little bit. Get a pendulum effect. And try to jump off of the rear foot for penetration. Again. 1. Kick can also be done with the rear kick. Okay, from the rear kick, push it out. Again, push it out. Again. So it could be front kick. Knee comes up first. A lot of people want to do a front step first. But if the person, say if the person is coming towards you, if you take a step first, the distance might have already closed. So what we're doing is we're trying to take advantage of long range, meaning we're in a kicking range before we enter to a middle range and before we enter to even a closer range where elbows are involved and grappling is involved. Okay? So from out here, as the person approaches, knee comes up and push it out. Again. Again, knee up. This technique can be used also in defense against a strike, maybe a cross, keeping the hands up, or a kick. Okay? Now, when we apply it on the pads, you're going to find that this kick is a thrusting kick. It is not a snap kick. Okay? So training on the pads is essential. Also the heavy bag. So from here, you can just, from a stationary position, lift the knee up first, push the person back, up, and you notice how I jump in off the rear foot a little bit to add penetration. Now, try not to fall forward on your lead foot in this, or in other words, lose your balance. A lot of people, when they do a front thrusting kick or foot jab, they'll fall forward on this one, okay? So try to keep your balance. That's why shadow boxing is important, because you can't really fall forward. You have to keep your balance. Again. Person comes in, stop him. Person comes in, stop him. Okay, you can use your rear leg as well. So from here, it's going to come up. Bring your knee up first. Again. Again. Now, this can be followed up by any technique. For example, if we do a foot jab, we can follow it up with the cross and maybe hook. Okay, so from here, maybe I stop him with the lead foot jab. Step into the cross, hook, combination. Again, 1, cross, hook. Or, if the range dictates, foot jab, come in, maybe right elbow, left elbow. Or possibly, when I do the foot jab, he may counter by coming off the rear foot and punching towards me, which will do our knee technique. So 1, 2. Again, hands up. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. The rear foot jab can be used in the same application. Person comes in, 1, and maybe the cross comes. Right knee right away. Punch to the face. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. Okay. Or maybe short foot jab. 1, followed by a cross, hook, right elbow, left elbow. Okay, just start to put these basic tools together. Okay, now, the next kick we're going to talk about is the left kick or the lead leg kick. Generally, on your opponent, this kick is going to be directed towards the inside of the lead leg. Now, from here, what I want you to do is take a step out 45 degrees, and you're going to swing the leg in using your shin. This is not a snap kick. This is a driving kick using your shin. Again, 1. Now, just like on the knee, when our hands gave us that equal and opposite action, okay, that thrusting motion, we're going to use that same motion when we do the kick. So our hand is going to become part of the body mechanics that it's going to give the kick that extra force. Okay, so from here, we may initiate first with a left kick. 1, wham. Again. Okay, now, it does not matter if the person is left-handed or right-handed. If he gives me this leg, I take that leg. I'm driving it in. If he switches to the other side, I take the inside of the leg. And you're going to see how this is going to set me up for another technique. 1, 2, 3. Again. Or I can strike at the rear leg. 1. Again. 1. You see how I keep my hand in a position that it's providing torque for my kick, but at the same time it's covering. See, because we're hitting with the shin. We're not doing a snapping kick that's going to keep our head away. We're going to close the gap, use the shin as a striking surface, which is therefore going to put us closer to your opponent. So we keep our hand up, and you notice how I can attack both thighs. From here, 1, the leg is slightly bent, attacking both thighs. Can be followed naturally by the right cross, left hook, maybe right elbow, left elbow. Maybe he punches, right knee, left elbow, right elbow. You can follow it up as you feel what feels natural to you, okay? Now, the left kick to the leg area, or what we call sometimes a cut kick, because it is low to the leg area. Now, on the pads, to train this one, the person can have a knee. Take a knee and hold the pads together for the left kick. Okay? And hold tightly. Okay, and you're going to train on just stepping in and hitting, driving this kick into the leg area. Okay? Try to make it as flat as possible, the trajectory of the kick as flat as possible and not up. We have an upper kick that goes to the rib cage. This kick goes flat and into the leg area. Okay? So from here, 1 step, step and swing. Follow it up. Okay, now let's move into the right kick. The right kick, the right cut kick or low kick, is delivered in the same fashion. Against a person, you can step out with your lead leg, creating that 45-degree angle for the rear leg to come around, swinging it in to the thigh area. The low kicks are very hard to defend against because they're very hard to see coming, especially when combined with the punches. Wham! Okay, so this one again goes to the leg. 1. Maybe I did the left kick here that opened this leg up, and the right kick can be driven in here. Again, left kick, right kick. Okay, so normally this kick, keep your hands up. Again, the right hand now is providing the cover for myself, providing torque for the kick and providing cover so that I don't get hit. Wham! Okay, now on the pads, again, the person can take a knee and hold for what we call the cut kick. Okay, so from here, 1. Take your time until your partner gets used to holding the pads for you. Back. And then as he gets used to it, you can increase the power, driving the kick in. You notice there's no snap to the kick. Just drive it in. Okay, and that's what we call the cut kick to the leg. Okay, the next kick we're going to work on is the upper kick. The kick that goes on a slightly upward trajectory to the rib cage area. Okay, this kick, if we start out with the left kick, the same mechanics will apply. Take a slight 45-degree angle out with the right foot to create the opening, or to create the angle for your left kick to rise into the rib cage. Again, 1, 2, just swinging it in. Think about driving through the target. Okay, it stops when it will hit something, and then just it'll drop down naturally. 1, 2. Again. 1, keeping that hand up. 2. Even though it's providing torque, again, like the cut kick, it will cover your jaw. Wham. Again, can be followed up with any assortment of techniques. 1. Again. Okay, now the right kick will be delivered in the same fashion. From this one, the rear leg will now attack. Again, stepping slightly with the left foot to create the 45-degree angle. 1. Step, head down. Use your arms for torque and cover, and kick with the shin, the legs slightly bent so that the knee is ahead of the target. If I were to kick just flat, I would miss the shin and just hit with the foot. We want to strike with the shin bone here, like a baseball bat. 1, 2, hit, hit. Okay, now, if the person catches your kick, 1, this is where the knee strike can be applied. I grab him and strike with the knee here once. And then you could strike again with what we call skip knees, or repetitive knee strikes to the body. Then maybe hit here. 1, hit. Okay, again. Person catches your kick, whether it's left or right. 1, wow, grab. Hit. Force down, hit with the knee, hit with the knee, and then follow it up. Okay. The important thing is, if he grabs your kick, if he knows what he's doing, he's either going to take you down and lock your leg up, or he's going to cut kick your other leg or hit you with this leg in the air. So what I want you to do is grab the person right away as you hit. Okay. Again. Hit 1, hit, hit. Okay. And you can finish with the elbow technique. Left leg, 1. This is first hit. 1, 2, what we call skip knees. Sometimes you could swing the person around. Hit, hit. Okay, now, when we put the kicks on the thigh pads, you'll get a better feel for it. Again, highly recommend that you get a pair of thigh pads or make something yourself so that you can deliver these blows with full force. And then when we start putting the combinations together, you're going to see that this method of training is very, very good. Okay? Again, will enable you to deliver full force blows in combination with each other. Okay? Now, the left kick. When we do the left kick, hold where the target's going to be. If the target's going to be the rib cage right above the thigh, you hold the pads right there. Elbows in. Okay, and from here, step, Now there's going to be a slightly upward trajectory. Remember, different from the cut kick, which goes in flat. Flat. This one, slightly upward. 1. Drive it in, let it set down. Drive it in, let it set down. Use your hand for torque. Down. Again, can be followed with different combinations. If we work on the right kick, remember now, take a step with that left foot. It's kind of like jump starting your body mechanics here. Okay? Again, hold the pads in line with the target, which would be, in this case, his lead leg or his rib cage here. Holding tight, okay? To give it a proper feel, okay? Because the only difference right now between doing this kick for real and doing it on the pads is the pad itself. Okay, so it's going to give you the correct distance and enable you to have the confidence to deliver this technique when it comes down to the real thing. Okay, so the right kick, step, using the right hand for momentum. Slightly upward. Taking that step. Okay, when you get better, maybe for training, you can double up on your kicks. 1, 2, and 3 kicks. Okay. Maybe do 1, and then maybe 2, maybe 3. Now, after the right kick, any technique can follow. Maybe left hook. Okay, maybe left elbow if the range is there. But work on these techniques, again, attacking the base of the opponent or the rib cage. Using the hands for torque and using the hands for cover. Okay, because remember, the striking surface of the kick again. Your knee is slightly bent to expose the shin. Okay? It is not a snap kick. A snap kick, maybe from karate, would more resemble that. Okay? We want to drive it in with the legs slightly bent. Again. Okay? Okay, an additional tip to help you with these kicks, the mechanics of the kicks, is this one here. If your partner takes the pads off, okay, the points of performance on these kicks is this. Number 1, your partner can catch your kick like that, almost like he was holding a baby, this way, both hands up. I step here first, 1, and he catches the kick. Okay, now let's look at this kick. Number 1 thing that's the most important to this kick is the pivot. You see how my foot is turned almost 180 degrees, my heel is facing the person. Okay, I involve my hip. I don't keep my hip back here, especially if you have karate training. The hip is not chambered back here. You roll the hip over. Okay, the whole weight of the leg goes in. The second thing is that the knee is slightly bent, okay, to expose the shin. The third thing is that the hand is here pointing to the person because it's giving it the torque. His hand is up here, your chin is down. Okay, now the person will throw your leg back since there's no retraction, he will throw it back. And you can work on it like that. Step, drive it in. Check your points of performance. Number 1, the pivot. Number 2, the leg is bent. Number 3, the hand is providing torque. Partner throws your leg back. Same thing on the left kick. You can step into it on the left side. 1, the foot is pivoted. The leg is slightly bent, and the hand is up to provide protection. Partner throws the leg back, step back. 1, again, number 1, number 2, number 3. Partner puts the leg back to your position. Okay, there is another way we can throw the lead leg kick. It's what we call a switch step. The switch step if I was facing you, instead of stepping out here with the right leg to give you the trajectory to throw the left round kick, what you do is take the weight off the lead leg and switch momentarily to give you the angle to do the proper kick. Again, all the weight is off this kick. Sometimes you could just tap like this, make it light, switch, kick. And then when you get used to it, the motion of the switch will add torque to the kick itself. It's almost like a springboard to the kick. Again, all the weight off that lead foot just for practice. Switch. Make sure this foot stays pivoted out to the right or stays pointed out here 45 degrees. Because if you go like that, you're taking away the whole purpose of the switch step. You see this thing just moves together. Again. Again. So that if we do it on the Thai pads, you'll notice it's a faster kick, and it's got more of a burst to it. Okay? The left kick, switch step. 1. Okay, with those tips, go ahead and work on your kicks. Okay, what we're going to talk about here is how we would utilize these techniques in a hand-to-hand combat scenario in maybe a room clearance type scenario. So, say we were in a close quarters environment and we encountered a person that was not armed, but was maybe an unknown, or was maybe a person that just was not listening to our commands. So the first thing we'd want to do is engage this person in the long range, using our long range weapons. Okay, so the first one that's a favorite of ours is a foot jab. Using the lead leg, foot jab the person. Just to give you enough time, sometimes if the area is dark, and you can't determine whether this person is good or bad, this is an excellent technique to give you another few seconds to make the determination of whether or not this person is a good guy or a bad guy. Okay? All right, once we move past the long foot jab, we can use the short foot jab. Okay? Again, short foot jab. Now, once we move into past the kicking range and move into middle range or punching range, a lot of times what we'll do is just move instead. We can certainly punch with the left hand, but usually it's a push. Okay, just like we did with a shoulder stop in the first video. Again, push, keeping the weapon retracted here to keep it away from him. Okay. Now, sometimes if the person would grab the weapon here, this is now where the body mechanics comes into play. You certainly can fire, but that's not responsible action at this point. The knee can be used into the thigh area. Elbow can be used. The weapon can be thrusted into the person. Okay, the flash suppressor of the weapon can be thrusted into the sternum. Okay, again, using the elbow and the knee, or this knee here. Okay. Now, say the person, maybe we were against the wall and the person pushed his hands away because my job was to go this way. So he's going to try to push me possibly in the chest. We're going to use the knee in the same fashion, okay? Again, I move towards him. This could be the knee. Again, 1. This can be followed by the elbow, by the knee, okay? And with the weapon, we favor the lead side of the body, the left elbow, the left knee. Grabbing with the left hand, using the knee. Using the kick here to the legs, or the kick here to the body. Okay? So again, this can be used. Foot jab. 1. A foot jab here. 2. The knee. If he pushes the same way, defensively, using the knee. Followed by the elbow. The elbow can be done downwards also. Down. Keeping the weapon in a safe, retracted position. The knee can be put here. Elbow can be put here. After the hit, this can be thrusted into the sternum. Okay, so you see how some of these basic tools are adapted in our job. Okay, but we train our people to be well-rounded so that we start without the weapon and we learn just like you're learning on this tape. And then when we put the weapon in our hand, it's easy. Okay, we already know the basic mechanics and we apply them to the job. I hope this material has helped you, and it's definitely helped us and has been used in combat, so I'm sure it'll help one day, maybe save your life too.